All right, friends, day 2, Monday, August 21st. Day 2, it seems like day 8, but we're on part 2 of day 2. And don't worry, we'll help you keep track. But now for something completely different. And it's all this guy's fault. Blane, what are we going to do?
Catch some big reds.
We're going to catch some big reds. How about some cobia?
Maybe some cobia.
We're going to try. So this is day 2, part 2 of day 2.
Right.
Part 3 of the series.
There you go.
Let's do something different. Okay, so the coordinates of where we're fishing are we're going to show you on a map exactly where we are in the coming episode. Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Guys, Blane wants to tell you about his favorite.
Well, look at this.
spot.
I mean, there's just birds and these fish are just going nuts right behind us. So here we are again, day 2, Blane and Brian's big adventure. Complete change from this morning. This morning we were on Blane's flats boat. Now we're on Corey's big boat. We came out, I don't know, 10, 20 miles. We were looking for cobia, saw a few. Now we're gonna let the sun go down, and these giant redfish should be crashing blue crabs on the surface. I got a big blue crab fly, my 11 weight rod. Completely different game here, friends. We've seen some dolphins, we've got otters over here. I mean, this is just gonna be, hopefully, epic. All right, friends, we just watched the sun go down. One of the top 5 sunsets in my life. Still kind of light out, so we're waiting for that to go down. It's kind of like, it reminds me of being at the fireworks when I was a kid. Oh, here we go, redfish. Okay, we'll check in later. Oh God! Oh. I had his feet. I had his feet. Don't worry.
Damn, man.
That was awesome.
Brian, give us an intro.
All right, friends. It's day 3, session 4. And just like last night, time for something completely different. We've come about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes north, or we might have gone south, I'm not 100% sure. I wasn't paying attention, I was sleeping. Blane was driving. But we're fishing a changer frog, and we're fishing for Blane hasn't told us yet what we're fishing for, but I have a sneaking suspicion we're fishing for snakeheads. So stay tuned.
Nice! Hope he's filming that.
He's up on.
Still there?
I think he's still. I don't know, Blane.
You still feeling?
No, I don't. Be honest with you. I think he's still on, Blane.
All right.
He's just buried. We got to push him out or something. I'm not gaining on him at all. He's there. If you can back me out, I might be able to try to pull him straight out instead of bending my rod like this.
I was going to try to hand line him.
Oh, okay. Well, do what you think is best, but
Okay.
yeah, he's right there.
I'm just gonna go in and fight it hand-to-hand combat.
What do you want me to do?
I'm gonna land it for you.
Okay.
Where are you, bad boy?
I feel you now.
Got it. So hard. Isn't that cool?
Wow.
Isn't that a neat fish?
Yeah. Oh man, Blane, that is amazing.
Isn't that neat? Welcome to Virginia.
Yeah.
They're air breathers.
God, that was
So underrated.
a great
and
eat.
hated.
Great eat. What a jump. So Blane, the snakehead game. I've seen a lot of pictures of you doing it with friends. Always intrigued me. We have some in Ohio, but we haven't really dialed them in. So that was my first snakehead on the fly, so thanks for that. Man, that was fun. And talk about different, man. I mean, we're running up these little creeks. At one point, we were in a creek no wider than the boat. But we got to this creek, we got onto some fish, and but what a great game. So the gear, I was using an 8-weight. What do you usually use?
I generally use an 8. 8's perfect.
Yeah.
You could use a 9 at times because sometimes these fish get into heavy cover,
Yeah.
and you need something stout to pull them out. They're like a lot of toothy fish. They
Yeah.
have short bursts of speed. They'll jump. But they don't have a lot of stamina. So
Yeah.
it's not like a game where you're gonna have a long tug of war. But you got to have stout equipment, especially if you have a tendency to trout set. They have mouths that are super strong. So you want to have something that's got a real stiff butt, but just like you did today, stripping them to
Yeah.
set the hook and constantly stripping like muskies is
Yeah.
the best way to do it.
Yeah.
That I've found.
Well, so I've got an 8-weight and just a floating line, and of course I'm using my Flip Pallet High Vis floating line, and just, you know what? Here's the funny thing. This is the same exact rig that we were using for redfish the past 2 days.
Yep.
I didn't change a thing. And of course my leader, when I'm contact fishing like this, meaning we throw the fly out, stripping a fly, my leader really never changes. I mean, I've got a 24 thousandths, which is 40-pound maximum butt section. I got a mid section of 30-pound, and then my tip, it's 25.
Yep.
Which might be a little light for these guys here, but it was perfect for the redfish. So basically the same rig. We changed up flies. Of course, we caught this on the Chocklett factory, not hybrid, jerk changer.
Yep, the jerk changer. Yep,
Which-
the samples actually. So,
Yeah, which was a fly that actually, I think you and I kind of almost debuted that fly on video about 4 years ago, something like that.
Yep,
I think it was during COVID.
it was during COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were hearing all kinds of stories about our friends and people getting COVID, and we were like, screw it, we're going fishing. And we caught muskie and did that video on that jerk changer. And so it's finally coming to market through the Chocklett factory, and it's a swim bait.
Yep, swim bait, jerk bait actually. You can swim it, two-hand swim it, and it'll kind of walk the dog on the surface. I was up in Cape Cod earlier this year throwing 10-inch versions of them and getting 40-inch plus stripers on them on the top. It's
Yeah.
really sick. It's a very versatile fly. You can fish it slow and let it hover, and it'll jerk left, right, up and down. It has a non-mechanical action, which is a huge trigger on fish. A lot of times we talk about this a lot, is how a lot of people have a tendency to strip a fly in constantly and that's a mechanical action, and I personally don't feel like that's a big enough trigger to get most fish to kind of react positively to what we're throwing at them.
Interesting. So the end of part 1, day 2, session 4. Got that? We're heading back to the homestead near Hampton, Virginia, and we are going to have a crab fest. Blane and Cody, they told me they're gonna put a taste of Virginia in my mouth, and I'm looking forward to it. So let's head back to the homestead and let's eat some crabs.